Hey guys, so a lot of you have asked to see my Christmas tree. Here it is. It's the same as I put up every year, same decorations. My theme is red and white and silver. It's in the corner of the lounge room. Bookcases on the side there. It's a big tree. I think it's 10 foot. Up we go. Up we go, and up we go. There's the top. It's a really pretty tree. It's got these, where is one? It's got these like lifelike type of branches or pine needles on it, which are made out of some kind of plastic. It's also got some of these filler, these filler ones, the thinner ones. It's got some of those, but mainly it's these ones here. So there's all the decorations. I just bring the same ones out every year. So there we go. Nice and sparkly. I like these ones in the little round globe things. There's too many ornaments to show you. I'm sorry, there's too many. But I'll show you a few of them. Hopefully I'm not panning too quickly. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can pan out. Oh, there's a coffee table behind me, so I'll be careful not to trip over that. Come walk around the coffee table. Let's see if I can pan back a little bit. I have to excuse my bookshelf. Can't do much about that. It's there. It's normally in the corner, but it's there. There's the back of Santa. So if I can go back any further. I don't know if I can actually get the whole thing in. Oh, no, I can't. Hang on. Oh. There we go. It's almost the whole thing in. There it is. Merry Christmas, everyone. G'day, guys. Welcome back. Lovely to have you here today. And I'm going to do another pour for you. Yes, I am. And I'm going to use two things that I've actually never used before. The first one is this mold. Now, when I did my crushed velvet coaster mold, I had so many requests for a combo. So I have done what you guys have asked for. So we have, in this corner here, we have the Mermaid scale. Now, it's built into the mold, so you don't have to worry about putting an insert in or an inlay in and worrying about the resin running underneath. It's built in, you guys. So the Mermaid scale. Then over here in the top right we have a crocodile skin, again built into the mold, so you don't have to worry about your inlays. And it's got the little rim around the edge, see? So if you haven't already watched my crushed velvet video, you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's got a little rim there. So when you unmold, it'll have a rim and it's a little wall that catches your resin for the top coat. Very clever, I think. It took me ages to make this. And then we have the crushed velvet in this corner. And then over here we have another crocodile skin, but it's a bit different to that one, you see. It's got the smaller scales in the center and the bigger ones on the outside. And these ones have got the bigger ones on the inside and the smaller ones on the outside. And in the middle there, we've got like a little fish scale or a dragon scale, whatever you want to call it. It's probably more a dragon scale. So that's it. That is my combo coaster mold. Hope you like it. So that's the first thing. I haven't used it yet. It's brand new. I haven't poured in it. The second thing is I have never used Chameleon Flakes. I've used Chameleon Powders, lots of times, but I've never used Chameleon Flakes. Now, the lovely people at Let's Resin have sent me these to try. There are links down in my description. If you don't find this particular link, just click on any link and, you know, you can search their shop. So look at that. It comes with 5 different colors, and woohoo, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cavities. It goes to cavities, so I'm going to use all 5. And it comes with a cute little brush for dusting. How cute is that? What a good idea. So yeah, I've never used these. I have taken the lids off. You know how they come with that bit of paper over the top? So I've taken the little papers out, and I've put them on a card, and I've put just a piece of tape over them to hold them there so I can see what they'll look like. And I've kept them in order from what's in the bottle there. So the first one is fuchsia. That's that one. And then we have violet, which is that one. And lime, that one. Should put them in order this way. And then there's this greeny color. Oh, look, it's called green. Fancy that. And lucky last is blue. So I can see different colors in there. So I'm assuming they work the same way as the, you know, chameleon powders. I'm not really sure. So anyway, I'm just going to start. I can see that I'm just going to give it actually a bit of a shake, because when I open it, I can see that there's bigger pieces on top. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. So I'll just do one. Actually, I'll do this one here. It's closer to me. And then, you know, while I'm talking to you, and then I'll speed up the camera and I'll do the other ones. All right. So I can see straight away that it is flakes. It's not like a mica powder or a chameleon powder like I've used previously. So we'll see how that goes. But just before I start, I'm going to cover up the others. I've got my air conditioner on because it's a bit blowy, so I'll probably blow bits of flakes everywhere. So just cover everything up that I don't want to use, and don't want to get flakes on. And here we go. It does feel different. I'm having to work a little bit harder to get the color, you know, to go in there on the surface. And they're flying around everywhere. Gosh. Oh, gosh. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, they're flakes. I guess they're turning. I guess they'll stick to the mold. But, yeah, they're not as easy. Oh, actually, maybe I just need to put it thicker. Not as easy to use as the, oh my gosh, they're flying everywhere. It's like electric static, you know. Oh my gosh. But look, I just have to put a little bit more on and actually rub them in. And I guess they're all kind of breaking up and smushing into the mold, I guess. But like I said, I've never used these before. I'm so glad I've covered those up because we just got stuff flying everywhere. Look, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I might have to turn my air conditioner off. Don't laugh at me. Look, they're just going everywhere. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. I'm going to put little bits like that on and then rub them in. Right, so this is going to take a little while, I guess. Certainly not as easy as the... Oh gosh. Oh, flying everywhere. Not as easy to use as the powders, but I'm hoping that we'll get a really pretty effect. As soon as they get near the silicone, they go, I don't want to touch the silicone, and they're flying off everywhere. Oh, this is hilarious. Anyway, I'll get through this one. Now, I also need to make sure that I'm getting down in here as well, okay? I guess you don't have to, because when I put the black background over, if you don't put your flakes or your powder in there, you'll just get a black rim around the edge. Whereas if you try and get some in there like that, you'll have the same color going throughout your mold. Okay, look, that works. Look, you guys. Look. Oh gosh. I've got the house to myself today. My husband's off playing golf. It's Wednesday, so he plays golf on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I've got the house to myself to just do what I want to do. I don't have to do any work today. I don't have to make any molds. I did all that yesterday. I made a heap of molds for you guys because you're buying so many molds. I'm making molds 3 times a day to keep up with the order. So I really, really, really appreciate all your support and your orders. And my gosh, Aussies, so nice to see the Aussies coming in and buying molds and supporting another Aussie small business. Hey, still have mainly US customers, but the Aussies are certainly coming up. All right, I'm gonna spend a bit of time getting into all these little bits here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a start on the other colors, and I'm going to look at that. Oh, look at that! And then I'm going to speed up the camera and the video, and I'll do the rest. Okay, so I'll be back once I've finished. I got it everywhere, and I've made up my black resin, and then we'll pour black on the top. So I'll be back once I've done all of that. Okay. All done, you guys. I've mixed up my resin. I just let it sit there for a minute while I got myself organized, just so that the bubbles can come up. I'm using this Platinum River Table Epoxy. Platinum sent me this. It's a 2-part again, to try out. So I'm going to do that. It's very low bubbles. So I love the 360 plus, but I do tend to get a few bubbles. So I'm trying this one today. River Table Epoxy Resin is clear, FDA approved, food grade, low viscosity, anti-UV, anti-yellowing, specifically formulated to release bubbles and develop less heat. Casting from 2 millimeters to 50 millimeters. With absolute clarity and no cracking. So I am going to use that today. My black, I've popped in a big scoop of the Midnight Black from Lorez. Now I want to bring you down here so I can show you the color shift. So that's this one here. Violet, and then this one here from this distance looks kind of a goldy green, and then there it's more like a pinky gold, See the difference? They're so cool, aren't they? And that one's called Fuchsia. And then this one here, which looks purple at the moment, up like that, is green. And that one is green. The little middle one I did in lime. So it changes from lime green to a blue. And then the one on the end, which looks kind of purpley pink at the moment, goes to a bluey purpley colour. And that one is called Blue. So there you go. All right, let's pop you back up onto the tripod. And we'll pour in the black, eh? Actually getting a bit of green reflection in there as well. That's so cool. All right, let's pop you back up. Now there was quite a lot of flakes all over. I just got my baby wipe, I sprayed it with a bit of alcohol, and I cleaned up the sides. All right, so I'm not going to worry about it. A little bit more blue in, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Right, this has been sitting for a few minutes. Let's just give it another little flash of heat there. Get those bubbles up. This, I'm actually not quite sure what the work time is on this. I can't get it on this resin. But like if I left a big cup of 360 plus sitting like that, it would be quite warm already, but this one's not. As I said, it's, you know, it doesn't have that, it doesn't develop too much heat, so that's a good thing. All right, so I made up of that resin, I did 175 grams of A and 75 grams of B to get 250 grams, which is a cup. So, oh, there we go, that covered quickly. Oh gosh. All right, so basically all we need to do is just, I like to pour it in the middle and then let the resin find its own way, you know, into the little lip there. Just be careful not to overfill it, because you'll make a mess. Oops, I'm dripping. There's some bubbles coming up there on the sides. Oops, I need a bit more here. A little bit more. So I'm going to see if the bubbles will, you know, come up on their own, and then I can just either zap them or they can burst on their own. There's another one there. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how well this does debubble, hey? Because it says on the bottle that it does. It's got good bubble release. Hopefully I've made up enough. 1 cup. If you want to know what 250 grams is, just divide it by 30 and that'll give you the ounces. This one's also got a little lip, but it's only a very thin little lip. Like a cute pendant, keychain. Oh, I might have put a bit, oh my gosh. Oh, I've touched the bottom. Oh, touched the bottom of the cup in that one. That's all right. I will clean it up. It's only resin, it's no drama. Okay. I'm gonna get another little baby wipe out. Look at all the bubbles. Woohoo! I'm glad they're coming up rather than staying in there, that's for sure. That's, you know, what I'm hoping for, that they'll come up. Now let me clean this mess up quickly. Baby wipes are amazing to have in your studio. Now that one's a bit full. I'm actually going to take a little bit out of that one because it's such a little guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold up my paper towel and I'm just going to lightly try and touch in the middle there and just pick some up like so, because it's just a little bit too full. I find that's the easiest way to try and, you know, get resin out if it's if you put a bit much in. Now I'll just make sure that they've all got enough. Now the reason I'm putting black on, there's two reasons I'm putting black on. The first one is that chameleon powders, pigments, flakes, whatever you choose, always work better with a dark color behind them, so that's why I'm using that. The second is, if I had to pour clear on here now, I would get little bits of that flake, little bits of the powder coming up, and it would spoil my clear finish. So what we do is we pour the black on, wait for it to set, which will be tomorrow. It's not like the 360 plus that I can unmold today. That bubble just came up on its own and popped. Yay! Popping all by itself. So I will have to wait for tomorrow, but I will unmold these, and that little lip that you saw will create a wall for us then to, or us, me, then to pour the clear, crystal clear top layer over the top. Won't have any loose flakes or anything in it, so it should just be gorgeous and clear. So that's the reason. Okay, now I'm just going to go really quick with my torch, really quick. You don't want to go too long on any one spot, because it can melt your resin, and it can also fuse your resin to your mold, which I've done. I know first experience, I have done that. So yeah, it's okay. We all do silly things at some stage, don't we? All right, so that's all we do for now. I don't really want to get like a little stick and go around the edges, because I think that I might, well, it'll overflow, and also that I might like dislodge those little flakes, and then I might end up with like a bald spot. What do you think? I don't know. Anyway, let's just test this river table resin and see how bubble free it actually is. Okay, that's another little torch just into the middle there, and then we'll leave it. So there were some big bubbles coming up, but after that, none so far. So we'll just see what happens. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow and we will unmold these gorgeous creatures. It's the next day. These are set, well, they feel as if they've set. So I'll unmold them. I've got my clear resin sitting over here on the side. I'm using the river resin again, river table resin. I'm just going to call it river resin, okay? It's easier. So now I'll take these out and I'll show you again real quick which colours I used, and then we'll get that, put the resin in the clear set. All right. Now, I was a little bit worried about, bubbles, but as you saw, they all came up and they popped themselves. So that's that one there. We'll get them all out and then I'll turn them over, okay? So hopefully we're not going to have bubbles, or not too many bubbles anyway. I think bubbles in resin's just a given, isn't it? Unless you've got a pressure pot, which I don't have. I was thinking about getting one, but like if I wanted to put, like I couldn't put this whole coaster into, coaster mold into a pressure pot. It just wouldn't fit. You can only put small things in there. So I thought, I don't know what the point is really. All right, there we go. So there it is, combo mold. It's in my eBay store if you want to grab yourself one. All right, let's have a look at these, shall we? Put the colours there so we can remember what they are. All right, oh, I'm nervous. Okay, I'm going to feel around the edge first, see if I can feel any bubbles, because that's where they usually collect if there's a bubble. All right, are we ready? Ooh, look at that. Oh, wow, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's so pretty. Okay, there's a tiny bubble there. You see that little tiny bubble there? Now when we do the top coat, that's going to get filled in anyway, so it's not a problem. not a problem. Oh, look at the colours. Birds outside making a racket today. All right, so that one, just to remind you, is fuchsia. Okay, I'll go a bit faster. Here we go. All right, this is the mermaid skin one. And this is showing green, purple, and that one was called green. Don't see any bubbles on that one. Even the sides are gorgeous. Can you see the difference? Look at that, look at that. Hopefully you can see it like when the light picks it up. Sides are really pretty. All right, there's that one, and then this one. This one was blue. Well, when you hold it like that, it's purple. Purple, blue, purple, blue. Any bubbles? No! No bubbles. No bubbles. So far, this one's the only one that had bubbles. I don't know why. So pretty. Last one, and this one was, oh gosh, I can see a bubble there. Violet, that one. Can see bubbles on this one. I don't know why. I didn't. This was the last one I poured. I don't know why it's any different. What I'll do with this one though, I'm going to get a little piece of tape and I'll just pop it on the side like so. Actually, I'm going to slightly bigger piece of tape. Just pop it on the side there like that. Make sure the tape's matching up with the bottom, like so. And then any little, when you pour that in, the resin in, it'll just fill up those little holes. So it's not a drama, not the end of the world. Look at this one, look at this one. How cute is it? It's so cute. And it's already got its little rim as well, so you can fill that up and that would make a gorgeous little pendant. You could put one of those stick-on bails on there, or you could drill through it to make like a keychain. And that was the lime. Alrighty. Just going to trim off this bit of tape here that I've got. So yeah, that's just going to, if you do end up with any bubbles in, not necessarily this particular mold, but any mold, you can just cover them up like that and pour your clear on. Now let me just get my gloves organized. Alrighty, this is the best part. Let's have a look. Love the way the resin just cascades over. Look at that. Poor camera doesn't know what to focus on because it goes, there's a little yellow dot in the middle, which is a light. I'll focus on that. Can you see? Look at the colours. Colours just pop, don't they, once the resin goes on? Now what you can see looks a bit more purple. What I can see looks a little bit more blue. It just depends on the angle of your camera. Now this one's sort of an orangey pink that way and then more of a greeny gold this way. Pour that in there. I just thought you might like to get up close and personal with these. Oh, I love crushed velvet. Like, it's my all-time favourite. I just adore the crushed velvet. And I've made so many moulds of crushed velvet now. It's just, I think it's because it's so textured, you know, it catches the light. So you get much more variation in your pour because it just catches the light on so many different angles. Whoa, I think that's a bit much. So anyway, just go through and fill them all up. I'm going to pop you back on the tripod now because I can't do it one-handed. It's too hard. How's that? All right, now I have shown you how to do doming a few times. But I will show you again. Now there's just a little area here that needs a touch more. She might have to just spread them out a little bit more. So I can see, so there's a little area there that still needs a little drop. This one needs a bit more. So basically what I do is I make sure that my surface is covered, and then I put a little bit more in. And this is where you just have to add a little bit by little bit until it domes. And domes, I mean the edges, the resin goes right to the edge and it kind of rolls over the edge a little bit. It sits on top. It doesn't roll over the side. It just kind of has a slight little curve on the edge. Now for this coat, I mixed up of my river resin 150 grams of A and 65 grams of B. So now what I do, and I'm not going to change to my little smaller stick. You could use a silicone tool if you prefer. I like a stick, so I don't know if you can see. The edge there is still hasn't got any resin on it. Can you see that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to actually pull the resin out over the sides, because if you don't do that, you're going to have a different look. Like you're going to have a really shiny section, and then the edge here isn't going to be the same like texture, because it hasn't got that coat of clear resin over the top. So if you want it all to be the same, all shiny, just do that. So I just basically pushing the resin out over the top like that. All the way around. Now if you find that the edge is still not covered with resin, then you just need to put an extra little blob on. So it just takes a bit of time. Work out how much you need. As you do it more and more, you'll get better at it. But it's just practice. Practice, practice, practice. Alrighty, so put a little bit more on, because I'd rather not have too much on and then it all overflows and then you make a mess. So I'd rather go slowly. I wonder if I can get you down and show you close up. What do you think of my little one, my little centered one? Isn't he cute? So cute. Let me know what you think of this mold, whether you like the combo with the 4 different designs. I went over on that one a little bit. Clean up my mess. I'm going to see if I can show you. Now I've got my gloves on, so it's a bit, I can't you know, zoom with my camera because I've got my gloves on, but let's see if I can show you. It's a bit hard to see, isn't it? Maybe, can you see this edge here? See how you can see that edge there isn't shiny? So what we do is we just pull the resin over like that all the way along. And that gives that edge the same shiny look. Just take your time, there's no rush. doming does work better with a thicker resin like this. If you're using a really thin, runny resin that's like water, it doesn't dome as well. Hopefully you can see. And this one I haven't done yet, so you can see there that this is still, it's not the same shiny side. Anyway, I'm going to finish those, and you get the general idea. I'm going to finish those, and then I'll come back to you once they're totally dry. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day, and these have all set up beautifully. Look at that. Look at that sheen. Look at that shine. It's just amazing. See how we've got that gorgeous dome on the top there? If you wanted to, you could put some gold around the edge. If you wanted to. You don't need to, because the edges are really shiny and shimmery as well along the side here. But you could if you wanted to put gold or silver or whatever colour you wanted to around there. Oh, that ring light, my gosh. Let me just turn off that one ring light. All right, that's that one. I've got ring lights on the side, ring light in the middle, and then between that ring light I've got 2 LEDs as well. So see, I can flip this towards the window now without having that awful ring light showing. All right, so there's one of the crocodile skin ones. And my all-time favorite, of course, is the crushed velvet. Love it. And I don't know if you can see the different colors. It's really hard to show on camera. And our little guy, look how sweet he's turned out. He's turned out so pretty. Really love that. And the second crocodilian. I don't know if you can see the colour shift. But there's that design there. And then our mermaid scales. Again, looking gorgeous. You can see flashes of the green on the side here. Beautiful dome top. The 360 Plus is heat resistant to 90 degrees Celsius, so after you wait a few weeks, don't put anything on it just yet, but after a few weeks, yeah, you could use it, you know, for hot drinks, cold drinks, whatever you wanted to, because it has got that heat resistance as well. All right, so there you go. Love them. Let me know which is your favorite, and don't forget this mold is available in my eBay store. All right, it's not at the moment, but I'll have to go and list it. So by the time you see the video, it will be up. All right, thank you so much for watching once again. Take care, love you all, and I'll see you all real soon for the next video. Okay, bye for now.